What did you put down?
2,000.
2,000. How much was your monthly payment?
$630 a month.
$630 a month. How long are you financing for?
Forever.
Forever. That's what I'm talking about.
What possible car is this?
It's a Tesla.
Tesla Model what?
Why? Performance?
For $1,000 a month?
There was once a time where a $500 car payment sounded painful. Now people are talking about $900, $1,000, $1,200 payments like it's a normal part of life. And as we're going to see after watching some of these clips today, unfortunately that is turning into a pretty normal part of people's lives. We have massive monthly payments, people turning negative equity into new car loans, and massive truck payments that people should have never taken in the first place. And these first clips are perfect examples of how these crazy car payments have become normal.
What's your monthly payment?
2024 Tacoma monthly payment. My dad always said, if you have to ask, you can't afford it.
What kind of car do you drive, and what's your monthly payments?
I have a 2019 Toyota Tacoma, and my payment is, I don't know, $550 maybe.
What kind of car do you drive, and what's your monthly payment?
I drive a 2015 Lexus IS 250, and I pay $500 a month.
What kind of car do you drive, and what's your monthly payment?
2025 Camry XSE, $685.
What kind of car do you drive, and what's your monthly payment?
I drive a 24 Tacoma and it's paid off.
So before we go any further, as you can see, these car payments are going at an average, just a basic minimum of $500 a month, $600. One guy actually had this vehicle paid off, which was awesome to see. And then the first guy, definitely he's paying a hefty chunk if he's not one to say it on camera, but maybe he's being cheeky, but definitely he's overpaying for something. Let's keep going.
Juan, what kind of car do you drive, and what's your monthly payment?
BMW 2 Series and it's $560.
What car do you drive, and what's your monthly payment?
I drive a 2024 Toyota Crown. My payment is $495 a month.
Dom, what kind of car do you drive, and how much do you pay a month?
25 Camry XSE, $550.
What kind of car do you drive, and what's your monthly payment?
I have a 2013 Avalon that I pay $378 for, and I have a 2018 RAV4 that I pay $473 for.
So did he just say he's paying? He has two car payments. One of them is a 2013. He's paying like $300 something a month on. Like, that is astronomical, crazy amounts of money for an older car like that, and then a second car payment on top of it. Just out of control. Well, let's go to the comments. First guy is definitely paying $1,000 a month. That's what I was thinking. Like, if he's not one to say it, if it's too expensive for you to know, then he's paying too much money for it. $500 for a 2015 is crazy work. I also agree. $500 for... These guys work at a car dealership and still got ripped off. Well, here's the thing, guys, is I've once heard that people in sales are the easiest people to sell to. And so all of these people are in car sales, and so these are the exact people that are going to be the most, somehow they know the most about the process, they know how much of a trap it is, and they still fall for it the most out of anyone. I don't know what the deal is, but it just seems to happen that way.
Okay, so I didn't think this video was going to blow up as much as it did. So I have a 2024 Kia Sorento. I pay $749 a month. I just bought it with 11 miles on it about 9 months ago. And yeah, I really like it. It's a beautiful car. I just didn't really want a payment that high because I used to have a Jeep Compass that was only $315 a month. So I just kind of wanted to see how high everybody else's was. And see if I was absolutely crazy for buying this car or...
And the real problem, it doesn't just start at the $700 car payment. You also have to factor in insurance, taxes every single year, the gas, the wear and tear, the maintenance. Like, it all adds up to where a $700 car payment actually ends up, you're probably paying $1,000 per month based on everything else that you are adding into that entire factor. And here's someone in the comments, almost in the exact same situation. I have a 2023 Kia Sorento, $5,000 down, $653 a month. Girl, I tried to give it to Carvana 2 weeks ago. They said only $27,000. She owes $31,000, so she's underwater by $4,000. And so the value of these newer cars, they drop like a rock, and then you are stuck with negative equity. This person even gave $5,000 down, and she still is underwater. It's just, it is really not worth the price of these vehicles. And then this person adds on, people in the comments really don't understand loan term and APR. those things plus your credit deeply impact how much you pay for your car. And as we're going to see in some of these videos, there are people that will agree to interest rates that are completely outrageous, to the terms that are extremely long. And so those all are factors that add into these payments. And it's just unfortunate a lot of people don't understand the reality of what they're signing up for. And then you're stuck in a contract for a long time that is going to really just drain your bank account month after month. Think about all that money over the course of the year. Think about all the things that you could do if you just had a much cheaper car, just how much money you would save, you could pocket, you could invest, you could go on vacations with, you could do whatever you wanted to do with, but you're stuck paying for 4 wheels, and it really sucks. So this is a screenshot I just wanted to kind of show and read off and talk about. It says it's Friday and payday, and I'm sitting here with $30 in my account after paying bills, watching people pass by me with boats attached to trailers on $100,000 trucks. And yeah, that's for sure. Just yesterday I was driving. I think I saw 2 people, one in a huge SUV, another in a truck, pulling really expensive boats just like this. So we see this every day, and you wonder, how are they affording that? And I will give you one quick answer. See if you can comment it down below. Pause the video before I even say it. How are they affording these? Go ahead, comment below. If your answer was tremendous debt, then you are correct. Not everyone you see driving a huge truck, pulling a big boat is in massive debt, but just based on the videos we see, based on the norms and the statistics, you can guarantee that at least probably 80% of those people are in just huge payments every single month, $1,000 truck payments, $500 boat payments, whatever it may be. Heck, the boat may be more expensive than the truck. And so people are just buying things on debt, and that's how they're doing it. So like I mentioned earlier, part of the problem is that a lot of people just don't understand the commitment and the bad deals that they are getting. They are so desperate to get into that vehicle they want, into that next car, that they are willing to take any interest rate, and they are willing to take a payment schedule that is extremely long. That's going to be 6-7 years of their life. Let's check out some of those clips now.
Where you're at. This truck is a $4,500 truck, maybe a $5,000 truck. Payoff shows 10.5. The problem is anything he's looking at, his income is not going to support that payment whatsoever. He's $2,400 a month. Sometimes there's a little more in the bank statements, but I mean, he's going to have to be on a cheaper truck.
So just to kind of set this clip up, this is an individual that's calling the dealership. So these people work at the dealership. This person makes $2,300, $2,400 a month, and they are looking at, I believe, what is a $30,000 truck, and they're trying to figure out if they can make those payments work. And from what it seems like he does not make enough money to make that truck payment work in his income level.
Trying to buy a $30,000 truck and have $6,000 of negative equity, that ain't going to work.
Yeah.
With zero down.
So which truck are you looking at?
But trying to put them on like that white Ram, that's still probably going to be too much truck.
So this is one of those situations where someone is so desperate to get into that next vehicle, get into that next truck. It seems like trucks are really bad for this. People that want to own trucks, it's really like an epidemic right now. But not only is he trying to put $0 down, but he's also rolling negative equity into this, which is going to basically capitalize on top of his new truck payment and cause him to pay more interest, more money over the long term as well. And it's going to immediately put him underwater, and he's going to owe more than the value of the vehicle as soon as he takes it off the lot.
I would tell him, you probably don't have a shot at doing anything unless you put some money down. If he goes, well, I don't want to put any money down. Well,
How much will it be?
I'd say a couple thousand. Trying to finance $34,000. $2,200 a month, that don't make any sense. You probably got a better shot at opening a second than trading that truck in.
Well,
yeah.
And so this just goes to show you how the whole system is broken. So he's basically saying it'd be better almost to open a second line of credit, just purchase this truck without trading in the previous truck. And so from my understanding, and this is the problem, these people seem like they're actually trying to do this in an intelligent way. I've seen other places where they will just try and get these people approved at whatever ridiculous interest rate possible, no matter their income level, whether they can pay for it or not. And maybe in a future video, we will talk about what that leads to, which is basically a lot of repossessions. And so we talked about some bad interest rates. Let's go ahead and look at one of those videos now and just talk about some of the interest rates that people are looking at when they're looking at some of these deals.
I don't know how my manager did it, but he just got a 496 score done. This is the thing though, not only is he a 496 score, but he's also an Uber driver and he's only been doing it for 1 month. I don't know what kind of magic he worked up, but it got approved. Now, as a 496 score, you guys already know that interest rate is absolutely crazy. Let me show you guys. This is his approval, $2,500 down, 29.84%.
I'm going to pause the video right here. 30% interest on anything is absolutely unacceptable. Never do it. That is, I don't even know how to explain how bad that is. There's no words to explain how bad of a deal this is. And we can even see here, even if he puts a down payment down, $2,500, $3,000, $3,500, his cheapest payment per month is going to be $778. $800 a month for this vehicle, which is going to get immense wear and tear because he's doing DoorDash or Uber. And with a 496 credit score, I feel like this is just borderline completely irresponsible for any bank, any lending office, anything to approve this type of deal. It's just insane.
29.84%, $814 a month, and it's signed, baby. Now, maybe you guys wouldn't take this deal, but in his current situation, this is what makes the most sense. He does Uber, and right now he's renting a car from Uber, and it's costing him $1,400 a month. At $814 a month on this car, plus his insurance, which is $200 a month, he's still way less than what he's paying Uber for his current car.
So this is something that's brand new to me. I definitely didn't know that you could rent cars from Uber, which is something that I just learned today. But even if this is a cheaper deal in the long run, it's definitely not going to be a cheaper deal. I know he's working for Uber right now. There has to be literally any other job, like any other 9-to-5, any other part-time, something that would make more money than this car payment, working Uber. There just has to be other options. And it feels like when people get desperate, this is what they turn to. And unfortunately, you're locked into something that is just going to really be a detriment on your life for many years to come. If you're enjoying the video thus far, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. So let's keep going. So in a previous video, we talked about an individual looking to roll some negative equity into another truck. Well, in this next clip, we're gonna see how bad the negative equity situation can be and how people can just get completely underwater and be drowning in the vehicles that they purchase.
This is the new winner. Most negative equity I think I've ever seen.
What is it?
Not even sure I can wrap my head around what I'm looking at right here.
Oh no. So he's 56 grand upside down in this one.
$90,000.
So if you didn't catch that, he is $56,000 upside down on a truck, and he is $90,000 upside down on this BMW. So if you add those together, I'll look at the comments there, that's around $150,000 of negative equity between two vehicles that they purchased.
Oh, okay. He said he knew he was 80. He knew he was 80 grand upside down.
He's more than that.
Oh, alright.
Are you kidding?
He sounded like he thought he had positive equity in the Raptor.
What?
I don't know, yeah, that's what he sounded like on the phone. But he's like, that's why I want to get out of the BMW just because I'm losing so much money in it.
Like full-blown MMR is 79, so he's probably going off of that number. MMR is not going to be a good indicator of what this car is actually worth with the miles that it has. They're just so high. It's looking at cars that did sell that have on average 11,000 miles. Look, this guy's bought 40 cars in 4 years. He's no stranger to this.
Yeah, so.
Let's stop right there and talk about that. This guy just said this person has purchased 40 cars in 4 years. I've never heard of a number like that. That means he is switching and changing 10 cars per year, and probably he's rolling this negative equity into each new deal. And so that's why he's basically built up so much negative equity over time that any deal that he does now is he's just going to be immediately massively underwater.
The miles are just so out of whack. If I search for VX5Ms with over 20,000 miles, there's only 9 in the country. Over 25,000 miles, there's only 4. It would basically be the highest mile car in the country.
Okay, fun. So that'll be...
So let me adjust this number on the X5 a little bit. I think it's a little low, but still, it's not good.
It's not gonna...
Monthly depreciation is $1,500 on it, so it's really bad. And market day supply is really high, 112-day market day supply.
So guys, something that he just said right there is critically important. He just said that the depreciation on this car is over $1,000 a month. And so that's something that you need to think about when you are purchasing a car, especially cars that may be more luxury or higher end vehicles such as BMW, things like that. These cars almost never hold the value that you're purchasing them at, and then they are instantly going to drop month after month after month, and especially year after year. You are buying what's called a depreciating asset. That means the value is not ever going to go up. The value is going down. The problem is that vehicles are no longer looked at as utility things to get you from point A to point B. A lot of times they're looked at as a status symbol. You want to look good. You want to feel good as you're driving it, instead of just saying, hey, what is the minimum that can do the job that I need it to do and be safe and be reliable? And sometimes people get that status symbol in their head. They have something that they've wanted for so long. They feel like, I deserve this car. I really want it. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. And that's when you get into situations just like this.
Hey, who's this?
Hey, well, this is Gus with Legacy Motor Cars. I just ran your credit app, and I got an approval, man, but I think you're going to need a little bit more down payment. So I think you said you wanted to put $10,000 down. Are you able to work with 25? That's what they're asking for.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I barely got the 10,000. I was lucky. I got an advance with the TurboTax. They gave me my tax money a little bit early, so I barely was able to swing that. I mean, can you not work with that?
Unfortunately, like I said, it's a huge difference between what the bank's asking versus what you have. The only way I can work with you is you have like a cosigner with a good credit score. Is that something you were able to get?
So I don't think we really need to watch much more of that video. Based on his credit score, he has $10,000 to put down, but they want $25,000. And unfortunately, he said he is barely able to get that $10,000, and he's doing it through a TurboTax refund. And when you're buying a $60,000 vehicle like this, if you can barely come up with a down payment, that's probably something that you should think about and say, hey, this is probably not a good idea. And now guys, this is not to dunk on this individual in any way. This is becoming more and more normalized. But he said that he was barely able to come up with that $10,000 based on this tax refund, which think about, if he is willing to do this car deal, he almost guaranteed has other debts that he could probably put this $10,000 towards and improve his life substantially. Just looking at the comments here, $25,000 down on a $60,000 vehicle, bro's credit is cooked beyond repair. And then this person here saying he needs a 2026 Honda Accord. And then finally this person saying, why do people insist on buying vehicles they realistically can't afford? And like we talked about earlier, I think it's just that status symbol that you want to feel good, you want to look good in something, and it's just, that doesn't always realistically help you improve your life. A lot of times like this, it's a detriment.
Hey y'all, so I seen a girl come on here and do payment breakdown, so I'm gonna do it too. So y'all think her car note is crazy, but I'm paying $700 a month for a 2009 BMW 328i, and my insurance is $400 a month. Okay, and I only get paid $1,200 every 2 weeks, love.
So she just said she gets paid $1,200 every 2 weeks, so she makes $2,400 a month, and she pays $700 on this car payment, and her insurance is $400 per month. Well, give me a second, let's do a little bit of math. Just doing a little math, she pays 46% of her monthly income on this vehicle, a 2009 BMW. I have no words. And guys, this is the disappointing thing. Like I said, this is not to dunk on this individual at all, because obviously she knows that this is a crazy payment. That's why she's making this video. And you can tell that there is some regret from buying this car. And this is something that is absolutely not uncommon. But let's look at another one that also has a crazy cost per month to own their vehicle. Let's check it out.
I'm here to break down the full cost of owning a Hellcat. My Hellcat specifically cost me $89,000 MSRP. That's what I paid for. That's how much I got it for. I think after taxes I paid $120,000, which isn't too bad in California. They're marked up. Taxes is crazy, but that's what I paid for the car. My monthly payments are around $1,300, and then my insurance is $900. So just in my car payment alone and my car bill alone, I owe basically $2,000 a month just to have a Hellcat.
So guys, $2,000 a month to own a Hellcat, it's just insane, astronomical. Now hopefully this guy has a really high paying job. Hopefully this is, maybe something small for him. Maybe it doesn't really impact his life in a negative way. I think his page, a lot of what he posts is about his car, and so he's really into his car, which is awesome. And so hopefully this is something that's not keeping him from achieving other goals, but $2,000 a month is just not reasonable or feasible feasible for the average person. All right, guys, so I did a little math here on the screen, and I just wanted to kind of do some investment calculating based on his car payment every month. So if he started at $0 and he invested $2,000 per month every single month over 5 years, that would be the $120,000 that he paid for that car. Let's say he got a 7% return rate annually. He would have made $22,391 in those 5 years of interest. So if he would have invested all of that money over the course of those 5 years, including his contributions and the interest combined, would have been around $142,000. Now you may say, well, that's not very much. But if you think about that in the long term, if he made 0 other contributions past that point, let's look and see what that amount would be in 20 years. If he let that money sit for the next 15 years, contributing $0 to it, and it grew at 7% in the market, here's what he would have. He would have a total of $391,000. So when you think about the cost of owning that vehicle, it's not just the $2,000 a month. It's not just the $120,000 overall. You also have to think about all the missed opportunity that you could have made additional money by investing that and using the market to your advantage. The real reason that the car and vehicle debt trap is so powerful is because people do need transportation to get from point A to point B. Especially here in the United States, it's a part of American culture. It is something you have to be able to work and survive almost everywhere in the country. However, there are smart decisions that you can make, and there are decisions that are going to cost you immensely, and the car payment, the vehicle payment, especially the truck payment, are things that can really hurt you in the long term. So it's about being smart, it's about doing your research, and hopefully videos like this will help you make a better decision. If you enjoyed that video and want to see another place where prices are getting completely out of control, be sure and click on the video here on your screen where I talk about the cost of attending the World Cup in 2026. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.